Miami head coach Mario Cristobal joins us now. Coach, short week. 4 days ago, you were beating USF. Now you're 48 hours away from hosting Virginia Tech. Preparation-wise, how does this week compare to a normal week?
Well, certainly you lose a day, so you've got to scrunch a bunch of stuff, and you got to make sure that you keep the right type of balance. I mean, you want to get your work in, but you are short a day, so you are short a day of rest. You got to take that into account, work it in, prepare the guys to the best of your ability.
Yeah, and through 4 games, your quarterback, Cam Ward, leads the FBS in passing touchdowns. Coach, he's second in passing yards. Not all transfers, particularly at that position, work out right away. Why has it with Cam?
Well, it starts with him. I mean, he's exactly what you want in a quarterback, in a teammate, in a colleague, and a business partner. He's just a very driven, motivated guy that is all about preparation and winning. And when I say winning, he doesn't care much about personal accolades. He wants to perform to the best of his abilities to help the team win and help guys get better. So he's got a great supporting cast. The offensive line's done a good job. The defense has been outstanding. The receivers, tight ends, running backs have all stepped up, and he's been the alpha leader of the team. So it's worked out really well.
Yeah, to say the very least. And, you've said, Coach, on multiple occasions, this team is excited about the process. What does that mean?
These guys like to work. It's probably why we all get along so well. I mean, these guys are all about it. There's no fluff. There's no nonsense, no BS. These guys are highly driven, just motivated guys that, they're kind of mad. They're kind of mad, and they've had enough of Miami not being where, Miami should be, and they've taken it upon themselves to do very little talking and to focus on the work and get right at the things and the processes that'll help us win football games and represent our university the right way.
Well, let's hit on that. Certainly, excitement when it comes to Miami football as well as anyone. What's it going to take to get the buzz around your program right now to match what it was during the glory days?
Well, I mean, what got it there was winning, and then winning championships, and then winning in April, right? The NFL draft. All those things kind of come together to produce a tremendous product. And what you're seeing now is, after a good decade plus of Miami being okay, you're starting to see all the pieces starting to come together. So Miami's come a long way. We've certainly progressed tremendously, but we still have a long way to go. But we've gotten off to a great start. And I think there's a lot of recognizable faces, on our team, whether they be national recruits, whether they be nationally renowned transfers, or local guys that are great players, and they're just elite human beings that work really hard and do right by people, do right by the community, do right by the university. So when you put all that stuff together and you start having success, it's only positive things happen. But that being said, we're not worried about the buzz right now. We're worried about the work. We're worried about getting better. All focus is on being 1-0 every week.
Yeah, but let me drill down for a minute here. You said you're close. You've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go. What's it going to take to get to that point where you want to go?
Well, I mean, we're in week 4. We're entering week 5, game 5. So don't get me wrong. We're extremely excited. Very, very powerful momentum being built right now. But we also recognize that this is just the first part of the season, and now jumping into conference play. Conference play is playoff football, and everybody has really, really good players. So we want to stay focused and be exactly where our feet are right now, and that means process-oriented, finding a way to win every single day and every opportunity that comes with it.
Coach, it's been a great start, but the group is not without flaws. Saturday, you were penalized 11 times, 113 yards. 8 penalties in each of the previous 2 games. What's your process of addressing that with your team?
Well, you've got to eliminate it, and you've got to eliminate it without losing the edge your team tries to play with. So if they're post-snap penalties that are irresponsible, you got to hammer that, and you got to drive that home. If it's aggressive penalties throughout the course of play, well, you got to teach better technique. Just making sure that when there is a penalty, assess it. Is it trying to do the right thing and playing the right way, or is it just an arrogant disregard for doing things the right way? They require 2 different consequences.
And certainly a coaching matter, and I want to ask you, one of our newest teammates here at ESPN, Nick Saban, was once your boss. Can you give us somewhere specific where Coach Sabin impacted you as a head coach?
I think his approach to the battle on a daily basis against human nature is something that really sticks out. Because Coach Saban had such a battle-tested, time-tested process and blueprints that, without question have produced more players, more championships than any other coach in college football. But you take away that, I think everybody that works for him takes that away. But I loved the relentless approach and attack on the human nature of people just to kind of relax syndrome, to just kind of, lose your edge. And he refused to allow that in the building. And it's a way I was raised as well. It's the way I was coached when I was coming up by Coach Jimmy Johnson, Coach Dennis Erickson. So that's something that always will stick with me and something we apply daily.
A battle-tested group, but of course there is no relaxing. You've got Virginia Tech home Friday night, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Coach Mario Cristobal, thanks so much and best of health the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me. Go Canes.